Raghuram sir, please start the talk. Already all the students have joined. Sorry for inconvenience. Raghuram sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you. People are joining. You don't want to wait, or we'll go ahead?
Yes, sir. Already 58 members have joined. 60 now.
Yeah.
Please go ahead, sir. Please.
Yes, yes. What I was trying to tell was whatever we think we want to do in space, or whatever we want to do, let's say designing a rocket, building it, or becoming an astronaut, or work in an area related to space technology. All those things are fine. So now, what we have to do is we have to first understand that we are all of us are in what we are supposed to do. Whatever we have in hand, that first we need to get a good grasp of that. Like for example, I showed a few pictures initially in the beginning where many of the students are standing or working with scientists or lecturers to make some rocket model. There was a boy who was throwing a rocket. Now, all those things are fine, but whether we are able to realize that those things comes in a much later stage in our life. That I am able to understand, like whatever I am supposed to learn in 8th standard, whatever I am supposed to learn in 8th standard, am I learning it the way it has to be learned, or am I learning it for marks? Whether I am able to understand whatever has been put in is available in the book, whether I'm able to understand myself properly when it is coming dealing with people. Am I developing a good relation with my friends? Am I developing a good relation with my parents? Am I doing a responsible thing at home? These things are very important to become a very good engineer. Most of the times we don't do anything at home, but we'll be talking big things. Now, this it doesn't work like that. Even today in our office, my teacher will be telling me that you tell me what is that you have learned today. Even though our company's goal, aim, or missions to design, build, and run our own airlines, he is asking all those things we'll be able to do if we are able to question everything that we are doing on day-to-day basis, and we are doing our best. And whether we realize that doing our best is going to bring us happiness. Now, most of the times I have difficulty in connecting, but nowadays I am able to see meaning in that. Neil Armstrong did not become Neil Armstrong when he went to moon. He was, if you see the First Man movie, you will realize that at home he's sitting and working all the time. He's sitting in one corner. He's sitting in one corner in his room, and he's sitting and doing whatever he's supposed to do. I'm sure that the same even before going to college. This attitude is what we need to develop. Like in this picture, what I'm showing is when it comes to the rocket, there are millions of parts. Every part has to be designed. Every part has to be analyzed. Every part has to be tested. So a lot of hard work, a lot of understanding is there. It is possible to go there, but we need to start learning what we have now in our hand. Now we just look at this picture. one cannot make a head and tail of
Yeah,
this.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಹಾಕೋತೀನಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಯಾವ್ದು
Ma'am, I have hello.
ಇವಾಗ ತಾನೇ ನೋಡಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ
Hello.
ನಾನು ಅದು ಹಾಕೊಳಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
Hello, please stop. Please mute the mic. Yes, sir. Please proceed. Sorry for inconvenience.
Yeah. See, now in this picture, what I am showing is this may not be relevant to you, but I just want to tell. Like if you have seen Chakre movie, where Shah Rukh Khan will tell the fellow coach girls before they learn hockey. Likewise, that is what I was trying to refer, which my guru is telling me. That's what I'm sharing with you. First, we need to develop the attitude of doing things properly the way it has to be done, which is already in hand. When it comes to the rocket or space technology, people don't realize that every part that you see here on the screen, all of them have to be designed, all of them have to be analyzed, all of them have to be tested, retested, then a certifying authority will tell that this nut and bolt are also are qualified to use in an aeroplane or in a rocket. You cannot simply go to a market and pick up something and say, yes, I can use this in an aeroplane or a rocket. No, it requires a lot of understanding, a lot of work related to design, etc., etc. And for your information, I am telling you, all of you listen to me very carefully. Not even a single nut and bolt in our country we are designing for our own purpose. All those things we are importing. Many people doesn't know about it because I am doing it for my own company. When I want to get a rivet, which we are using it for our some related work, we have to import it. We don't have a company in our country who is actually designing a rivet, designing and producing a rivet. And on the other side, you see, we are all talking big things. Now, we need to be very careful about it. Now, what I mean to say is, in our country, there is plenty of scope for us to do things on our own. We don't have to look at China, we don't have to look at America, we don't have to look at anybody else. We can always see our own requirement, our own design. Like what I'm trying to say is, at home, our mummies plan for the food, they will cook and we will eat. So in our country, everything should be done like that. Unfortunately, there is a term which is used in our country called Atmanirbhar. Atmanirbhar is a fantastic idea. But somewhere when we say Atma is supposed to do everything that we need. But we say Atma, but we are doing something new. We are doing only using our hand. We are only doing Atmanirbhar, not Atmanirbhar. There is some problem. Like we are importing everything from outside. You all know what I am talking about. But it has to only, we, myself, all of you together, it is possible to convert to Atmanirbhar, because to convert everything to Atmanirbhar, we have to understand, only we learn the subject, we understand the subject, only we can do it. Otherwise, it means learning is important. Without learning, nothing is possible. And these are all the small components which I am talking about, which are done abroad. None of these things are available in India, and nobody makes it. And again, this is another facility. Like when you see a rocket being launched into the space, you have to understand. Like here, even this rocket engine, before mounted to the rocket, it is tested. Even to test this, the entire thing has to be built. The entire thing has to be, the test facility has to be developed to do the testing. Anyway, now I'm coming back to the I'm coming back to the I'm coming back to the other interesting thing. In one of the previous talk also, I was talking about these things. Right from my childhood, even I was like everybody else was interested in looking up the sky, and not only me. I think every person who has been born on this earth 70, 80,000 years from the day they become intelligent, we all look up the sky and we always wonder what is out there. What is out there? It's always a fascinating thing. Most of the time we look up the sky, only we know that we are feeling something inside. Very rarely we also share with others, mainly with the like-minded people. So this curiosity of exploration is always there on the earth, and the exploration is always there beyond earth also. No doubt about that. It is always there in our heart. Man always been long back. I read an article. A group of people, some 20,000 or 50,000, a group of people from Africa actually started moving all around the world, and today it has got converted to 6 billion, 6 or 7 billion population. Uh, Now, even those days also, early humans also used to look up the sky, and looking at the sky has increased multifold because today we are able to see things in a much better way using latest telescopes or binoculars. At people's level, this is happening, but at a very larger scale, where big organizations or research organizations are using giant telescopes like this to study the Earth, to study the space. Okay, and in 1990, in 1990, Hubble Space Telescope was launched. You see the beautiful thing here. From here, a person was never able to see anything only through his naked eye. But later we were able to see things which those people were not able to see. And we are so lucky today. We are able to use all these technology which is available to see how our own galaxy will look like. We are not able to see our own galaxy, but by looking at the other galaxy, we are able to understand a lot of things about our galaxy, even about our own solar system. But imagine the kind of development that has happened. All those passionate people, like they're all young children like you and me once upon a time. But many of the people stuck to their passion, and all these things have happened because of their effort. All right, and this is the first picture of our Earth taken from the space. You know, yeah, and since I was talking about the space exploration, the first exploration was to reach the Earth's orbit. Let us go to the space and see what is out there. When that happened, slowly, people started thinking, okay, why not go to the moon? And one of the thing that actually triggered this was definitely the Second World War, post Second World War. Post Second World War, what happened? The whole world got divided. It got, got divided into two groups. One supporting Russia, the other one supporting America. And when this was happening, if America both of them were nuclear powers. So if America used to blast one nuclear bomb, Russia used to do that. If Russia does two, America used to do three. The nuclear blast on the ground, in the water, inside the water, in the space, whatnot. And suddenly what happened one day, Russia launched Sputnik, and America immediately thought, no, even we also have to put something in space. Like in the previous lecture, discussion I was telling that when we start something, we need to start with a clear mission why we want to do that. But the space race between America and Russia happened purely from the competition point of view. Who is going to become the global leader? Now this is one of the worst. This is one of the worst way to start anything. Then because of that, what happened? Both the sides started spending millions of dollars. Russia started sending probes to moon. Then America also started sending probes to moon. Who is going to be first? The way it happens in the school, no? Who is going to be the first? Who is going to be the smartest fellow? That is not the way to look at things. It is always the way to look at is that we are all together, we are all team members, and all of us have plus and minuses, and we all use our plus to do something and compensate for the negativity in another person. Now, anyway, that's one story. Like here, from the technology point of view, if you see, Russia sent they were the first people to send their satellites to moon, and even America also started sending. If you all know, last year, not last year, before that, in 2019, I think, yeah, when our Chandrayaan program, in the middle of the night, all of you, including myself, we all sat to see our own Chandrayaan safely landing on Moon. But almost like there was 99% success, and finally that 1% did not work out for us. Chandrayaan was a failure. Failure only for that 1%. Otherwise, we get 99 out of 100. Now, this whatever you see in this picture right now, this spacecraft is called Surveyor. This Surveyor was sent by America in 1966 itself, where it had landed safely on the moon and collected the samples and did some testing. And after Apollo 11, after Neil Armstrong landing, in Apollo 12, they decided to land spacecraft very close to the surveyor landing, which happened 5 years back. And this also showed the ability of these astronauts land at a very precision location. So this picture, what you see, no, on the right hand side, Pete Conrad, he was the person who was a commander who went there and landed along with other fellow astronaut. Then they collected the samples from the surveyor probe to see how the solar ray exposure will affect all the metals and things like that. So this is another very interesting picture. But again, I am telling that the exploration was going on. Sometime back, I told that one of the greatest human mission to moon happened in the month of December 1968, where these three astronauts went around the moon and came back to Earth safely. You know, that was one of the milestone. Even Armstrong also told that was one of the toughest mission actually. And in order to put man on moon, a rocket has to be built, which is 300 meters high. You have to imagine, I think it's around 300 feet or something. I don't know the number, but one of the tallest rocket ever built, and most of you know. And imagine in 1969 building such a big rocket, because America got into NASA started in 1957 or 58. I'm not sure of that day. I'm not sure of that year. When within the span of 10 years, they were able to build a rocket which could take people to moon. One of the unimaginable achievement by a group of scientists and astronauts in America. And after that, as you all know, landing on moon was never attempted before. And if you want to really get some tension or what happened actually during the Apollo first moon landing, I recommend all of you to see the first man movie. In that, they have very nicely shown it. And one of the Neil Armstrong was able to land on the moon when just 17 seconds of fuel left in the lander. Otherwise, that would have ended in a disaster. But a person like Neil Armstrong, sharpness, that's what I always, brings me to an idea like we don't we all don't push ourselves. When we don't push ourselves, we can't fine tune our thinking process. My guru keeps telling me even today that if you stop learning, that's it. You will never be able to face the life. Like every day, it is important that you have to learn in whatever you are doing, and that will sharpen the mind. People will think only by sitting in front of the book they will become intelligent. I think that is one of the stupidest. That is the last thing that they should do. But at home, there will be 101 things that we can do applying our mind, helping our parents, helping ourselves. In whatever we are doing, we are trying to understand what it is, why it is like that. It just doesn't cross our mind. We only think by going to school we will become intelligent, but I disagree with that completely. It is not going to school. Wherever you are, whether you are able to apply your mind, whether you are able to think, you are able to think. This is what my guru keeps telling me every day. And this, of course, this was, another space probe which was meant for landing the man on moon. But a person did not land using this. The lunar module was attached to this. And see, these photographs, I think we have to, whenever we feel something is impossible, we have to see these photographs and then we will realize whatever we want to do is not really that impossible thing. Landing a man on moon, one of the most toughest thing, and we are so lucky to see these things happening right in front of our eyes. Imagine all those kings, great conquerors, sitting and thinking about wondering what is, can anybody go to moon? But our own people from Earth have gone there and landed and got the samples from moon. Right, and this is the first footprint of Neil Armstrong on the moon. And according to me, we might go to Mars tomorrow. We might even go to some other solar system. But for me, moon landing is one of the greatest achievement. Nothing can top that. This is my personal feeling. And many of the times, I remember when I used to read some articles about these astronauts and their interview, they used to tell they actually thought of exploring the moon, but eventually they ended up learning more about the Earth when they went to the moon. One of the astronauts I remember very clearly telling that when we were orbiting the moon for the first time and when we saw the Earth rising from the horizon, we all stopped looking at the moon and started looking at the Earth. And Neil Armstrong said another very beautiful and eye-opening statement. He told, when I saw the Earth and I was able to put my thumb and cover the entire Earth, I couldn't see the Earth beyond my thumb. I felt how small I was. He was not telling the Earth was small. He was telling something to himself. This is the statement which I wanted to show. We set out to explore the moon, said the astronaut William Anders. William Anders is one of the Apollo 8 astronauts, and instead discovered the Earth. And Neil Armstrong said, while standing on the moon, I didn't feel like a giant. I felt very small. These are the great people who are telling. There is so much to care about our Earth today. If you all see all the nonsense which is happening, pollution, abusing the earth, wasting water, wasting food, destroying forest. So many things are happening because Mother Earth is not telling anything. We are just screwing up everything, and the next generation will not have things which they are supposed to have. It is high time that grown-ups do something about it, and all children must protest and question elders if they are doing something nonsense. Like in one of the advertisement I saw, a small boy tells his father, switch off the car. Those are the things, not only that, many things, wasting water or schools are doing a lot of nonsense as far as I am concerned. Is my personal view. Means uh, it is important not to look at marks, put all those banners outside the school telling that 99%, 100%. Let them show how many plants the kids have planted, how many cleaning drive schools have taken up to clean the surroundings. We don't have to go far off. We can start cleaning our own surroundings, our own house, our own surroundings. Think of conserving the water, rainwater, take care of our plants, take care of our animals. We survive because of them, and we are standing on a pedestal and like arrogant beings. We are exploiting everything that is nature is giving us. So I think all students in the school, they have to fight back and tell that if something is wrong, it is wrong, and not to allow elders to do that. And the elders also have to take the responsibility. This is what we are doing everywhere. Wars, fighting, infighting. My guru always used to tell, if there is a division in mind, we should think that the entire world is our Swades. Our Swades is our India, which is our heart, and our entire world is ours. Entire world is ours. So when we say Mother Earth, when Neil Armstrong landed, he did not say I'm from America. He said he's from planet Earth. Tomorrow when we go somewhere else, when we get introduced to our alien, we don't say I'm from Bangalore. We don't say I'm from India. We are going to say I'm from planet Earth. And that planet Earth idea has to be there in our heart. We are all one. We are all together. We all care for each other. We care for our planet Earth. Take care of our planet Earth. That kind of thing. Otherwise, all this fighting, the kind of money which people are spending on war is mind blowing. The same money can be used for the well-being of the entire world. But somehow these politicians will never understand. And many of you would have seen the Perseverance landing and their picture. But this is one of my favorite pictures because I started seeing this picture in 1990s when I used to visit library. This picture was taken by a Viking lander. This picture is from Mars, taken by a Viking lander. On the right hand side, you can see this lander just landed, took some samples to find out whether there is life on Mars. This picture is my favorite picture as far as the Mars picture is concerned. And today, just a couple of months back, we saw this lander Perseverance spacecraft landing on Mars. You know, such a great achievement by human mind. Everything we were able to see without even being there. Earlier, such missions have happened, sending the rover to the Mars, but nobody could really see the live pictures. I mean, when I say live pictures, everything is recorded and finally sent back to Earth to see how this crane dumped this rover on the Mars. And every day they send beautiful pictures of Mars. Look, and this is another picture by spacecraft sent by Russians called Venera. This actually survived for about half an hour and sent some nice pictures of Venus. This is the picture of Venus. Very inhospitable environment. And this another exploration by Cassini spacecraft where this, Huygens landed on one of the moon of this giant planet, Titan, Saturn, I think. The Titan landed there and sent the pictures. How human beings are capable to land not on Saturn but one of the moons, the precision of landing. Then this space probe which was sent in 1977, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Those are the spacecraft even today traveling, and they are the fastest moving objects in the man-made objects. And the kind of pictures they have sent, human beings were able to see all these pictures. We were also lucky to at least to see these pictures. See, one is to say that yes, I am lucky to see this picture, but other thing is there anything that I can do where I will do something so that it makes me happy? We are looking at what somebody else has done. But at a small level, even we should try to do something which makes us happy. This is another, if tomorrow an alien grabs this Voyager somewhere, there is a message from the Earth. And again, the question is that why is space, exploring space is important for us? Well, this question I'm asking in the end. We need to answer this question. Like there was a famous expert told most of the times we will be doing. Like if you see, my parents used to do several things by looking at what neighbors are doing. They were never able to think what is important for our home, what is important for my children, what is important for me. We always look at China, we always look at somebody else, we always look at see those people are doing this, these people are doing that. We ourselves have 1.2 billion or 3 billion population. We have plenty of stomach to mouth to feed and work to be done, and we don't have to look at anybody else. Our population is combined population of America and Europe. Why we have to look for market somewhere else? We can do things for our own in our own way. We don't have to look at China or America, what they are doing. They are exploring the space for various reasons. But our exploration is what we have to do, which the code by ISRO, it's my personal favorite. I actually like it. See, space technology is for the service of mankind. And when they say mankind, what I understood is, see, till today, whatever ISRO has done many things to improve our own communication for our own country, and also whether it is related to the telecommunication or helping farmers, right? Uh, Ultimately, suppose if you extend it to the entire world, for the service of mankind, you are exploring space to serve mankind. And mankind, they did not include only for India. They actually included, when they say mankind, to the entire people on planet Earth. Those are the things which we have to do. So first, we have to serve our own people, and then slowly get extended to the outside, outside our boundaries. The space exploration, when somebody is doing, we should not look at somebody else. We should see by exploring space whether there is uh, our planet Earth is taken care. I think that's how it has to be looked at. Anyway, we have this in today International Space Station. Slowly, these things are going. We will see many of these things in coming future. Not immediately, maybe in the later stage. And the next thing will be like human exploring Mars. So this also will take, like, given the danger in space, we have a long way to go is what I feel. It's not simply, hopping to Mars and just go there, spend some time and come back. The long-term exposure of radiation, then if there is some related problem, the communication is cut off between the Earth and Mars, how things are going to work out, plenty of things, and also last but not the least, the money involved. These are all extraordinary expenses. Sometimes it feels whether that money can be used on Earth to save the people here on the Earth. When I say people, it includes the entire planet. And lastly, I want to tell, because this is what even today, we are in our company, we are trying to understand this even today. Yeah, we have developed some understanding, but there is a lot to learn. See, like I told, most of the time in schools and colleges, no, people are building. Just because you have built doesn't mean you have designed. And what is designed, you don't have to understand about it now. But you have to understand, when we say engineering means first you have to design, and then only you can build. And today, school children and college going guys, they are terribly confused between design and building. But I want to tell, they are only building. They are not designing. If you are not designing, then you are not an engineer. Maybe this quote, you can just keep it in your mind. Maybe when you grow up, you will know. And lastly, I want to tell, we are going to school or we are learning something. It is meant to stand on our own. When I say stand on our own, we should first learn to earn our roti, kapda, our makan. After that only, other things will follow. Anyway, it's already 1 minute. Thanks for the opportunity. I want to thank all of you. Maybe we'll meet in some other time in some other session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was really amazing speech, and we really like so much and a lot of things to learn from this. Okay, now I request, I think she is there, Bedrana ma'am from Croatia. Croatia. Anyone present from Croatia? Hello.